So, do you like Mugen? Do you like putting AI controlled Mugen characters against each other in a league based format? Well boy do I got the series for you. Mugen League! This is the official beginning, or some might say an inauguration, of my Mugen League. Curious about what this is? Then check my previous video on the channel about what this Mugen League is going to be, what Mugen is in general, and certain other important bits of information. We got Kizaru versus Shisui. This is not a match. This is just what Mugen does. When you are idle on the menus for too long, it will just put two AIs against each other. But this is not what I'm talking about. Alright, I'll show you the matches when the matches start. But I'll let that continue to play in the background. Before we start the actual matches, let me show you the teams. So I'll show you a spreadsheet of the teams. And I will also show you the actual teams in this game. So you can see here there are 18 teams. Most of them have 6 characters. Went over this in the previous video. Only one team has more than 6 characters, and it's this team right here, the Akatsuki, and they have 6 characters because the Akatsuki have more than 6 people on their team. I could have split it up, but I didn't want to, so I just kept all of them on the one team. I will also show you the table that I made for Mugen League, and let me just show you the table right now. And let me mention the format. So the format will be Simols, and it will be best of 2 sets. What is Simol? Well, if I go back here, go back in, you can see where it says select team mode. It has single, it has Simol, and it has turns. With single, it's 1 character on the team. With Simol, it's 2 characters on the team, both fighting at the same time. And with turns, it can be up to 4 characters on a team, but only 1 character can fight on a team at any one time. I will be using Simol because I think Simol gives you different situations and it helps with balancing the game a little bit better. So we will have best of 2s. I think I'll just put it as games. Yeah. So I'll use the term game. Let me explain what a set, a game, and a round. The game has 2 rounds, or up to 3 rounds. The first person to win 2 rounds wins 1 game. So you have 2 rounds, or up to 3 rounds, but the first person to win 2 of those 3 rounds wins the game. That will be a game, right? The way I'll do this league is best of 2 games. The person who wins, or it will be 2 games played. Each game can have up to 3 rounds. The first person to win 2 rounds wins the game. And there will be 2 games played per set. A set is a group of 2 games played. So let me explain what will happen in the rounds, in the sets, and in the games. So in the round, it will be 2 characters from one team versus 2 characters from the other team in Simol format. That will be round. Then there will be another round. And then if both teams won 1 round, then there will be another round. When the 3rd round concludes, or whichever team wins 2 rounds first, they will get 1 game. When a game has completed, then another game will start, which involves some more rounds, right? You'll see as we do it, but I'm just explaining it here. You'll see some more rounds being played. First person to win 2 rounds wins that game. Now, the teams that win the games determine how many points each team gets. And when 2 games have been completed, then that is 1 set, right? And there will be 2 sets per video. Hopefully that's not too confusing, but you'll see as the league starts. So let me break down a point breakdown. If a team wins 2 games and their opponents don't win any of those games, then that team gets 3 points, the opponents get 0. If one team wins 1 game and another team wins another game, then it will be 1 point to each team. That's basically a draw. And then if you lose 2 games and the opponents win 2 games, then the opponents get the 3 points and you get 0. So that's a point breakdown. What will determine the character choice in these sets, or in the games, or in the rounds? The characters will be determined by how they show up in the teams, how you see them right now. And it will follow a pattern, at least for the first couple of games. or the first couple of sets. I don't know if I'll keep doing that, but that's what I'll do for right now because it's just a start, right? And there will be 2 sets per video. I mentioned that already, but that may change. And then let me just introduce what I call a wave. A wave is basically when all 9 sets have been played, then you have one wave complete. So all the different teams go through all their sets for the first wave, and that's one wave. And in the next wave, you'll have all the teams going up against the teams that they should fight in the next wave. A wave is basically just like a week in football, or like maybe like a play day in an esport. It's just basically one turn of the league's fixtures. When all the fixtures for 1 week have been done in football, then that's 1 week done. But this, I will call them waves here because it might not be a week. And I won't call them a play day because it might take longer than a day. Anyway, this has been going on for a very long time. You will see what I mean when we get into the actual league. Now let me just mention something. The stages. Let me just go and do the stages real quick. So the stages have one thing that they do that influences how the game is played. And I will display that one thing right now. Alright, so pay attention. 2 characters walking towards each other, nothing really happens. 2 characters walk away from each other, look at that. The stage zooms out to accommodate the distance between the 2 characters, right? So basically the stages, they will have distances that the characters can be away from each other, and that is basically determined by the zoom out of the stage. Some stages will come with a zoom out like this one, but some stages do not have a zoom out, and some of the stages that I have, they don't come with zoom outs, but I added them to the stage by just going into the stage.def file, going to the camera section, going to zoom out and adjusting the number there until I got the zoom out that I wanted to. And then if you adjust the zoom out, you're probably gonna have to adjust the bounds of the stage to make sure that the parts that are cut off are actually cut off and they're not showing, and that make sure that the stage still looks visually appealing. But that's for a different video. You can look it up on YouTube if you want to see how it's done, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But that's the only thing that the stages do that affect the game. Apart from that, they're just pictures, right? They're just there for visual representation of a place. They don't influence the round in any other way apart from just that they can zoom out and they can add Mugen. I was just about to press a button on Mugen because I was idle on the menu. It decided that it wanted. I know you want to start the league, Mugen, but you have to wait. Okay? Stop trying to spoil what's going on in the league. Alright, here we go. So that's the only thing that the stages will do that will actually affect the game. They zoom in and they zoom out. Without further ado, let us begin the first set of the day. It will be Team Pokemon versus Team Sonic. So the first 2 characters on Team Pokemon will be Crocodile and Charizard. The first characters on Team Sonic will be, well, the order they are in here, Sonic and Tails. Stage first will be Samurai Bridge. The moment we've all been waiting for, the start of Mugen League. I don't know why Crocodile is green. Maybe I should have changed this color. I wasn't fast enough, but he's green. You gotta deal with that. Crocodile and Charizard starting up against Team Sonic, which contains Sonic and Tails. Crocodile getting Stone Edge that connects on both characters. A very good move from me. Goes for the swagger. Nobody hits him. He runs up, gets a claw slash, goes for the uppercut. That actually connects. Sonic getting chomped a little bit. Crocodile with a combo. Has Charizard to assist him in the end. Charizard goes for a Mega Earthquake, which does a lot of damage. Crocodile is going for bulk up as well. Sending in a couple of Dragon Pulses. Sonic, he's trying to fight Charizard a little bit, but Charizard gets the grab on him. Crocodile goes for the uppercut, the snout uppercut. Tails is still, no, Sonic is still alive, barely. And now they have gotten something going. Sonic put down, I don't know what that's called in Sonic games. Is that a cracker? An explosive? Tails goes for super mode, but he gets sniped out of the air by a Dragon Rush. Charizard and Crocodile taking the first round of this game. Alright, round 2 commences. Sonic with the spin dash projectile attack on the ground. It catches both Charizard and Crocodile, but they are able to collect themselves. Sonic going for another cracker. Crocodile sending in a couple of Dragon Pulses, going for the parry. The swagger that he uses is a parry. You'll see it right there. It just hit. It Well, I think it does. It has a secondary effect that it does to Sonic and Tails, but I don't really know. Charizard and Crocodile looking very strong in this opening game. Team Pokemon putting their best foot forward. But hold on, Sonic and Tails are fighting back. They've currently sandwiched Crocodile and Charizard, and it's nothing but Blockstone. They actually got hit, and look at the damage. The combos just don't stop. The Sonic characters, they have a lot of combos that they do. Sonic is going supersonic. Hold on. And he goes for the rush to get Crocodile off of Tails, but he gets hit with the swagger. Gonna charge up a little bit. This is kind of even. Tails goes super too. Hold on. Now this is not accurate to what would happen. These guys, Crocodile and Charizard will probably get smoked by Supersonic and Tails, but it's Mugen, alright? And I tried to make it balanced in the previous video. Sonic goes down even though it's super, it's just Tails left, gets hit by the Rock Smash and the Dragon Tail. Crocodile getting very aggressive and gets a Cross Slash. Tails goes down, and that is the second round of this game taken. Even though they both went super, they were not enough to conquer Crocodile and Charizard. Crocodile and Charizard come out the victors of game 1. Where you going? Don't think you can escape me for long. Crocodile, he reminds me of maybe like a mobster, like an American mobster. What year were the mobsters out? I don't remember. Crocodile and Charizard take that first game. So that's going to be 1 game for Team Pokemon, right? So that's 1 game complete. Now we have to do a second game between Team Pokemon and Team Sonic. And for each game, we will typically have different characters for each game. So I won't use Charizard and Crocodile again for the second game of this set. However, when time goes on, or later down in the Mugen League, we might have a character appearing in both games of a set. But for now, we're not going to do that. So we're going to move on to the second game. It's going to be Breloom and Lucario versus Knuckles and Amy. Same stage, Samurai Bridge. So Team Pokemon have already won a game, so they already have secured 1 point. If they win the second game, then they get 3 points. If Team Pokemon wins this game, if Team Sonic wins this game, then Team Sonic gets a point and Team Pokemon gets a point. Knuckles starting, that's a jump start. I saw that, Knuckles. I might have to give him a card. Where's my yellow card? I need to give Knuckles a yellow card. Amy going up against Lucario on the right side of the screen. She's too slow with that hammer. Lucario gets a couple of Aura Spears out. Jumping in for the hammer, it's not going to work. Lucario charges up. The hammer has a lot of girth to it. It has a lot of wind up. And that might be something that is detrimental to Amy as she fights Lucario. Lucario keeps hitting her at distance and then going for his charge, and now he's just spamming Aura Spear. Look at this guy! Lucario is cheap! Lucario is a Zona. Have you ever seen a fighting game Zona? That's what Lucario is. Let's look at the left side of the screen. Knuckles is gonna go super as Breloom charges up. Knuckles is also charging up. Amy is still alive and she gets the sword hit. Knuckles goes super Knuckles too. Amy with the giant tornado. It's not really hitting anybody. No. Out of range there, Amy. Come on, the AI has to be better. Knuckles is the first one to go down on Team Sonic. What? Amy was kind of getting smoked by Lucario. I saw that. And you're telling me Amy survived longer than Knuckles? I never expected that to happen. Knuckles went super. It still wasn't enough. Lucario pounding the ground in anger. Does a little bit of damage while he does it. Does it again. So nice. He's done it 3 times. That's the 3rd time he's done that move. Alright, Lucario. You gotta use a different move. You get targeted as a spammer. The Bone Rush coming out. Lucario has just been like the powerhouse of this team. He's been the one that's in the front and just attacking, and Breloom has been charging up in the background. Now it's Lucario's turn to charge. Lucario, he loves to charge as well. Amy with the spin dash, he gets blocked. Most of the hammer projectile, that gets blocked as well. Spin dash connects against Lucario, and now Knuckles and Amy had Team Pokemon in a nice chain combo there. A nice chain link. Amy coming in with the Whirlwind Hammer. Spin dash catches Lucario out of the air. Knuckles goes down. It's just it's just Amy versus Lucario and Breloom. Sky Uppercut connects. Breloom is very happy, and Team Pokemon take game number 2. Breloom doesn't have anything special to say. All he says is I won. So Team Pokemon are gonna take the set because they won 2 games, and they're gonna get 3 points for doing that. So well done to Team Pokemon. Team Sonic gonna have to come back better next wave. Alright, let's move on to the second set of the video. It's gonna be Team Bleach, Ichigo, and Rukia going up against Team Fairy Tail. So this is gonna be a crossover fight. Fairy Tail will be Natsu and Gray. Stage will be the second stage, Corridor Coliseum. Game's taking a while to load up. Alright, here we go. Corridor Coliseum. We got Ichigo and Rukia versus Natsu and Gray. Team Bleach versus Team Fairy Tail. This is a crossover that a lot of people would probably want to see. Maybe this has happened at some franchise at some point in the past. Rukia and Ichigo. Ichigo is the one that's charging up. Rukia goes to the slash. Gray is miles above it. Gray charging up. The multiple projectiles. He charges up a little bit too late. Gets hit with the I don't know the move. I think Shadow number 31. I don't remember. I don't watch Bleach. Forgive me. But Rukia was charging up a projectile. It did not work. And now Bleach has Fairy Tail in the middle of a combo there. Ichigo went for a counter. No fish bought that counter. No fish bit that counter. But Ichigo and Rukia take round number 1. Alright. I will mention these things as they pop up, but the Bleach characters all use swords, and I made it so that the sword moves all do 1 extra damage than what I would normally do, or what they would normally do under my balancing condition. So sword moves do 1 extra damage, all sword moves. So the Bleach characters have that advantage. Fairy Tail has an advantage. I gave the Fairy Tails an advantage. I just don't remember right now. I think I gave them like more attack or something. Ichigo burning up. I was explaining all of that. Ichigo and Grey. Not Ichigo. Natsu and Grey. Burning up Rukia and Ichigo. Alright, so it's 1-1. Okay, yeah. This is kind of what I see. It's a little bit more balanced. It's not just one team running away with it. So Grey is Ichigo. Alright, Natsu starts to charge up. Gets it by the Getsuga Tensha. Ichigo sending another one. Rukia coming in to sandwich both the Fairy Tail characters in that. And now the Raids of Liberation connecting against Natsu and Grey. Getsuga Tensha. Alright, Rukia and Ichigo getting a couple of sword slashes, a couple of swings. Natsu and Grey have not gotten a chance to breathe. Natsu is down. It's just Grey versus Ichigo and Rukia right now, and he goes down as well. Can't win the 1v2. Ichigo and Rukia actually got the chain. They got to sandwich Natsu and Grey, and that's probably... Oh, what? Ichigo's quotes are in a different language. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna change that, but not right now. So Ichigo and Rukia caught the Fairy Tail characters in the middle of their chain. They surrounded them and started chain linking, and they just couldn't escape. Fairy Tail couldn't escape. That happened in the first round, and it happened in the third round, and Bleach won those 2 rounds that it happened in. So you gotta watch out for Bleach. Honestly, if I were to put, what team do you think is gonna actually win the entire Mugen League? You can comment that right now below. Which team you think is gonna win the Mugen League, the entire thing, right? Let's move on to the second game of this set between Team Bleach and Team Fairy Tail. We're gonna have Renji, Kenpachi. Let me just give you a little history between me and Kenpachi. When I started doing these, started getting the characters together for Mugen League, the order that you see the characters in is the order in which I procured them, right? Kenpachi, I got him pretty early on because he's kind of at the top. But let me tell you something with Kenpachi. He would crash my Mugen because Mugen doesn't know how to deal with the amount of data that Kenpachi gives them. Doesn't have enough RAM. My computer did not have enough RAM. And every time I would load up Kenpachi, the game would crash. That was one problem with Kenpachi. The second problem with Kenpachi was that he was busted. Alright? I would put characters against Kenpachi and Kenpachi would destroy them easily. There's nobody that could beat Kenpachi. Right, there were some characters, but not many characters could beat Kenpachi. And Kenpachi is the entire reason I did the balancing that I did, because I was like, I don't want Kenpachi, I don't want any character to just win everything, you know? Right? Some people might like that, but me personally, I don't think that's too entertaining. We still might have some characters that just destroy, right? But I don't want it to be predictable. I don't want you to see one character and say, oh, that character's just going to win the game. It doesn't make sense for you. I don't want that to happen. You know, I want it to be difficult to predict, right? And Kenpachi was an enemy to that because he would body everyone. Anyway, that's enough on Kenpachi. Hopefully he does not crash my game. Please, Kenpachi, don't crash my Mugen. So Kenpachi and Renji for Team Bleach. Now we're going to go over to Team Fairy Tail. They have Urza and Gajeel. The stage is going to be Corridor Coliseum, the same stage as the first game. Let us begin. Taking a while to load in here. Oh, it's Kenpachi. This is Kenpachi that's doing this. You see this long loading screen? This is Kenpachi that's doing this. I know it's him. Every time I put Kenpachi in a game, this is what happens. Please don't crash. Come on, Kenpachi. Work with me. I've come so far. Nobody panic. Everybody calm down. Come on, don't crash. Please don't crash. Let's go! It didn't crash! Kenpachi, we get to see him. Such a problem character, this guy. Alright, so he's gonna go for the charge up. Renji dashes straight into Urza and Gajeel. And Urza should have the same trait that I gave to the Bleach characters, where because she's using a sword move, or because she uses a sword, the moves with the sword, or moves with a spike do more damage. She gets the Lance Toss, but Kenpachi and Renji have just been on him right now. Renji tried to go for it's like the Hell Zone grenade of Piccolo. He tried to go for that, but it didn't work. Got interrupted. Urza charging up. Gajeel getting swiped by Kenpachi. Renji goes down, so it's a 1v2. Can Kenpachi do what I expect him to do? Urza going for the level 2, I think. Connects against Kenpachi. Goes for the charge up. He's gonna go for his awakening, his transformation. Can he 1v2 these characters? Oh, Iron Scales mode. And Urza and Gajeel have both charged up. Gajeela's gone for Iron Scales mode. He gets knocked down. It's Urza versus Kenpachi. Urza gets a Lance Toss. She goes for the multiple swords and actually clips. She actually clips Kenpachi with that. So the Iron Scales mode, I never had a chance to explain what it does. It gives Gajeel armor. And what armor is that if you get hit, you will not go into hit stun. You will take the damage, but you won't go into hit stun. And basically, you can attack and never get hit. You'll still take the damage, but you won't go into hit stun, which means you can continue to do your thing. This game has been going on very fast because these characters just do so much damage. Urza and Gajeel were at a disadvantage earlier on in the first round, but they actually came back because of Gajeel and Urza's combo. Their supers combo together. That's gonna be a long pipe being used. Renji goes down, so it's just Kenpachi versus these two characters. Can Kenpachi 1v2 them? Goes for the awakening again. When Kenpachi awakens, he actually gets a passive power increase, and he hits two characters with the sword slam. Are you kidding? I told you Kenpachi was busted. That was a 1v2, and Kenpachi still beat him. Round number 3. Renji, you gotta pull your weight, my guy. Kenpachi's doing everything. Sends out a Getsuga Tensho, like move, goes to the counter, connects. Yeah, it connects, but I don't think Urza actually got hit. I think she dashed out of the counter. I don't even know that was possible. Renji going for another counter. It's Kenpachi and Renji smothering Team Fairy Tail right now, sandwiching them. Iron Scales mode comes out again. That's a lot of damage done to Gajeel, who goes down. The sword spike attack connects from Renji, and that victory was a little bit more convincing. Renji and Kenpachi take the second game in the set, which means Bleach wins 2-0. Renji does not have anything in particular to say. He just says, I won. That's what they say when they don't have a quote. I could add quotes, but I'm not going to. I don't know these characters' personalities. Well, am I going to watch the entire series to find out their personalities? Just add one quote? I don't think so. All right. Those were the 2 sets of the day. The victors have been decided, but let me just add something here. So there will technically be 2 different instances to win Mugen League, but there is really just one. So let me explain it like this. The league where everybody fights everybody will happen. Everybody will fight everybody once, right? So there will be 17 waves, right? At the end of wave 17, the team that has the most points will win the league portion of Mugen League. But the league portion is not where the season will end. The top 8 teams in the league will go up against each other in the top 8 showdown, which will be a tournament based or a tournament format of brackets, right? There will be brackets, and the top 8 teams will fight in a bracket to determine who wins the top 8 showdown, and then the winner of the top 8 showdown is the one that actually wins the Mugen League. Now, I don't watch American football, but if I think they have things called playoffs. Maybe they have it in basketball too. They have playoffs. I think that it'd be similar to that, where you have the league and then you have the playoffs. So I'll call my playoffs the top 8 showdown, and the winner of the top 8 showdown wins the league. So I'm gonna just mention that there to let you know how the winner of the league will be decided. 2 games, 2 sets have been played, and with those 2 sets being played, the video will come to an end. So that's basically what this is gonna be going forward. Don't know how often I'll put out these things. I want to do them pretty often because these videos don't take a lot to edit, so I can pump them out a little bit more frequently than I can my other content. So I'll pump these out more frequently than I do my other content, more than likely. I think what we saw was fun, entertaining. We got to see a little crossover. We got to see a little Bleach versus Fairy Tail action, right? And you'll be seeing a lot of that in Mugen League because there are a lot of different media franchises represented in Mugen League. Some represented more than others, but still the representation is there. That is going to be it for this video. Stay safe out there, show respect where it is due. In a redox reaction, being reduced means one of 3 things. Either you gain electrons, you lose oxygen, or you gain hydrogen. I am the Hopeful Entertainer, and hopefully you have been entertained.